What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tyler Gates, aka TAG Live 205. First of all, I want to start off this video by saying thank you so much once again for the support on this channel. Like, comment, subscribe, everything that you do. Thank you so much for continuing to help me build this empire that is TAG Live 205. We have a lot to talk about today. This is going to be one of 3 videos that I am doing today. Quinshon Judkins declared for the draft very early. Is he a first round pick? I mean, in some people's eyes, yes. Yes, even though I don't like Ohio State, I know that. But is he a first round pick? I think he is a first round pick. Once again, you never know with these GMs. You never know with it's difficult for me to say. But as I'm looking up his stats right now, by the way, I want to kind of go over some things in this NFL draft. The Tennessee Titans have number 1. The Shrine Bowl practices and stuff like that was today. So, not necessarily a recap from the Shrine Bowl, but what I've seen on social media and what I've seen, on stuff and things like that. Shedeur Sanders seems interested in playing for the Tennessee Titans. Now, do we really think that he's going to go to Tennessee? I mean, I do. I mean, it's a better place than Cleveland, God's sake. I think Cam Ward fits the mold better of a Cleveland Browns organization right now. Shedeur Sanders, you need to put pieces around him. If you can get Travis and Shedeur on the same team, that's crazy. I know people say that Deion Sanders doesn't have the leverage that a Archie Manning does. He has the leverage like a Archie Manning does. So let's not get that. He has the leverage to pull anything. As you can see, he has the leverage to get decommitments. He has the leverage, to flip players. This is a coach, a legendary player at that, the greatest NFL athlete of all time. NFL player, not quarterback, NFL player. That can be up for debate. But I said Deion Sanders is the greatest NFL player of all time. And for his sons to be drafted, because they're going to be drafted, I can't believe this. Travis Hunter is going to be number 1, 2, 3. I don't see him falling past 3. If he fall past 3, I mean, as much as it would love me for the Atlanta Falcons to trade up, have a little partner for AJ Terrell back there, it would feel great, but I'm entitled to dream. I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm entitled to dream sometimes. But back to this. Quinshon Judkins, right? He reminds you of a Bijan Robinson type of, prospect. He's not quite up there with the hype, keyword now, the hype of a Earl Campbell, the hype of Ricky Davis when he came out of college, right? Coming out of Texas. The hype of running backs throughout the years has been pretty much they lived up to it. Saquon, Bijan, he's not in that conversation right now. Judkins and Genty. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah. I think I do believe that they have the Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley tag to them in terms of generational running back, generational. That word gets bounced around too much. The only generational talent I see in this draft is Travis Hunter. You can make a strong case for Abdul Carter. You can even make a strong case for Mason Graham. Tedaro McMillan is the Larry Fitzgerald type of wide receiver, in my opinion. Yes, they got Marvin Harrison Jr. at Arizona, but it never hurts to add 2 of them. Now, he won't be there at 16, which in my latest mock, I have Emeka Egbuka Ohio State Buckeye legend at wide receiver, going to team up with his former Buckeyes and Paris Johnson, who's the offensive tackle, and then, of course, MHJ, Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, why? Why do I have that? It's because, for one, you talk about wide receiver depth. The Cardinals don't have any wide receiver depth. The only depth that they had, they traded away for Desmond Ridder and then cut Desmond Ridder 3 months later. That player is on my team, and that player is Rondale Moore. That's the only depth they had. I mean, you had Marvin Harrison Jr. out there by himself, bro. You had Trey McBride stepped up a great deal this season. Teams should be calling about him this offseason for sure. Then you had Zach Ertz. The legendary Zach Ertz, right? What happened to him? He diminished a little bit, but okay, that's fine. At the end of the day, you got the offensive line. Doggone it, let's get some wide receivers for this man. James Conner can't save the day all the time. Marvin Harrison Jr. can't save the day for you, Kyler. You need, I mean, hello? Is anybody in that front office listening? I don't think so. Jonathan Gannon, you listen to me? But that's beside the point. Quinshon Judkins. I feel like he's a late first rounder, early second round pick. He is a day 2 pick for sure, but he's more so of a first round pick. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on the limb right now for you. If he falls past the first round, now listen to this. If I'm the Raiders, you want to talk about a stud. You want to talk about replacing Josh Jacobs. I love Zamir White, Zeus. You keep Zeus on the roster, right? And have him as running back 2. Because Quinshon Judkins, if he's there, you draft him and he's running back 1. Amir Abdullah ain't cutting it no more. Okay? I'm sorry, Raiders fans. He ain't cutting it no more. He had a good, decent run. He's probably going to get a 1-2-year deal in free agency just off of his services. He ain't cutting it no more. It's time to go young again. Now, if you can get Shedeur Sanders and Quinshon Judkins, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just realize that at the end of the day, you might have to trade up to number 2. You might even have to trade up to number 3. I don't know, Raiders. I don't know. You better leave with a doggone quarterback. The Titans are not sold on one, which means you have a chance to get one. Cleveland will shock me if they draft a quarterback, which means if Cleveland drafts a quarterback, we already know New York drafted a quarterback. We know that. Unless they get hit with a King's ransom type of offer. They're staying and they're drafting a quarterback. Whether it's Sanders or Ward, one of the players is going to be a Giant. We know that for sure. We know Tennessee is probably staying at 1, but they're probably not going to take a quarterback. And we know that New York is staying at 3. Cleveland's going to trade number 2. You can come back to this video. If they don't think that Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter is going to be there at 4 or 6, they're going to trade. They're going to stay right there. If they think that Abdul Carter is going to be there past 6, because Travis Hunter ain't going to be there at 6. If Carter's there at 6 and they feel like he's going to be there, they're going to trade down. Now, my beloved Falcons, I made a statement about, hey, I want them to make a trade up for Abdul Carter. I need that man on my team. They have 2 generational talents, one in Bijan, one in Carter, one on offense, one on defense. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I'm entitled to dream. So leave me alone. But to end off this video, my bold prediction in terms of the Titans, and of course, I'll have more throughout the process in the weeks and the months leading up to the draft. Of course, the combine coming up, by the way, I do want to say that I'm looking to attend the combine in Indianapolis. That's not confirmed yet. I will have more word back to y'all later about that. Also, the draft coming up. I won't be going live streaming the draft. I need to watch it. I'll be watching it with my friends, watching my family. So I will post the day of, and I will post the day before. Yes, I know this is months, light years ahead, a couple months ahead, but I'm just letting y'all know that. To end out this video, my bold prediction for the Tennessee Titans: they are going to draft Travis Hunter. Something tells me that GM in Kansas City knows something. You don't pass up on a Travis Hunter like that every now and then. Every now and then, somebody comes along that is a franchise altering, a city altering, a state altering pick, a league altering pick. And he is that. I love Shador. I love Cam Ward. I love Will Johnson, Mason Graham, Abdul Carter. I love them all. But this kid right here, Tennessee, the tickets you will sell. I mean, you want to talk about having a superstar? Shall I go down the list? I mean, shall we go down the list? Earl Campbell, Warren Moon, Steve McNair. I can keep going. Eddie George, Chris Johnson, CJ2K was a cheat code. Okay. Then you had Albert Hainsworth before Albert Hainsworth became Albert Haynes Dump. Okay. Then on top of that, you drafted Derrick Henry. One of the greatest running backs of this era. It might be of all time. And you let him leave because you couldn't put a team around him. And I'm pretty sure there's two more stars that I'm forgetting. But at the same time, Tennessee, you need a star. A solidified box office attraction. And Travis Hunter is just that. Hello?